Yoshi, Bubba. Laka laka.
Blowing bubbles one by one is no fun.
Now you can run, chase a million bubbles any place. It's a blast. Bang! Make those bubbles rain. Battle bubbles.
It's Battle Bubbles, the amazing new pocket-sized bubble machine that blasts bazillions of bubbles without the trouble. It's easy. Just load your bubble formula, press the button, and wow! You've got bubbles galore like never before.
That's a lot of bubbles.
Battle bubbles.
Battle Bubbles' easy launch system creates maximum output each time, guaranteeing you, your friends, and family hours of fun. Easy, Grandma. No more messy hands or huffing and puffing for hours. The magic? High-velocity airflow combined with 8 supreme bubble-making chambers. Together, it blasts out 3,000 bubbles per minute. Go ahead, let the Battle Bubbles begin. Play hide-and-seek bubble style. Even play bouncing bubbles with your furry friends.
Battle bubbles.
Battle Bubbles fits in your pocket so you can bring the fun to everyone. You've never seen bubbles made this fast and easy before, and you won't find this offer in any store. You can call or log on and get your Battle Bubbles with Bubble Tray for $14.99 with free shipping. That's right, free shipping. Batteries not included. For more fun, we'll include our Super Bubble Formula, so you're ready to blast bubbles in no time. Free with your paid order. And parents, find out how you can get our party pack for $9.99 each with free shipping. You can call or log on at buybattlebubbles.com. Must be 18 or older to order. Ask your parents' permission before going online. That's buybattlebubbles.com.
Battle bubbles.
Parents and grandparents, to order, call 1-800-436-4148. That's 1-800-436-4148. Or visit buybattlebubbles.com. That's buybattlebubbles.com.
You oughta know, you oughta know, you oughta know just who I be. You oughta know, you oughta know, I'm an otter, most definitely. Ain't no one hotter than this otter. I like to chill when I'm in the water. I dip in and out of water just for fun, then relax on the riverbank when I'm done. My big long tail propels me fast, just like the boats that sail past. My web feet help me swim upstream. The life I live is an otter dream. I like to play and I love to hide. I even make my own otter slide. If I'm alone with no friends about, I just whistle and call them out. Yeah, you oughta know, you oughta know, you oughta know just who I be. You oughta know, you oughta know, I'm an otter, most definitely. The Eurasian otter is amphibious. And if you don't know, let me put it like this. That means I can live on land and in the water. Do you understand? My favorite food is a river fish, a pike perch trout, or a salmon dish. I sniff one out with my nose. I look and follow where it goes. Down below in the murky river, I spot what I'll have for my dinner. My whiskers sense what can't be seen, like a radar in a submarine. Yeah, you oughta know, you oughta know, you oughta know just who I be. Yeah, you oughta know, you oughta know, I'm an otter, most definitely. You oughta know, you oughta know, you oughta know just who I be. You oughta know, you oughta know, I'm an otter, most definitely.
Brought to you by Smile Direct Club. Get a smile you love in as little as 60 days.